let's see some current distribution industry in India and future opportunities. So first one is market growth. India's warehousing and logistics attracted $1.96 billion in investment in 2024, just that year alone. It's a 203% surge. So year on year, if it's increasing on a 200% level, so you might know how it's going to happen. So, and as of now, you might have already seen in the news that the ongoing tensions between the US, China, and the other markets, as other Asian markets as well. And India is emerging as a favorite player here. So there might be lot of activity going to happen in India, and all the predictions with growth rates and all, it's all positive uh, towards India. So market growth is really promising as of now. So if you have plans to enter to the supply chain market, it's the right time, because the demand is ever increasing, and the demand for Indian goods is also increasing. And now let's talk about the supply versus demand. And it says 75 million square feet absorption expected in tier 1 to 3 cities in 2025. So there is a gap between supply and demand. So that's a huge market. So all of this in our context um, says that AI, if we use AI, this market can be, so whoever does it first will capture the market. So if your process is optimized, automated, if you make more margin, profit margin, so then you capture the market, because ultimately the point is you need to do maximum business and make maximum profit with respect to the distribution firm. So you need to increase your turnover, as well as you need to increase your profit margin. Profit margin can be only increased when you have limited cost. When your cost per unit or cost per carton, cost per pallet is minimal, the handling cost per pallet is minimal, that's where you make money. And the 3PL and e-commerce, so fast moving consumer goods and e-commerce continue to drive 47% year on year leasing growth in the quarter 4 of 2024. So that's a huge possibility. And the future possibility is like the hyper local distribution hubs, drone deliveries, and micro fulfillment centers. So all these are supply chain sections. So we have like the distribution centers, which are like the 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 backbone of how the goods are distributed through through the country. And now we have the rising the e-commerce giants like Amazon, Flipkart, and also they do need like the hyper local distribution hubs. And also the one more part which I missed is the grocery delivery industry, which is like the Septo or Instamart. So they do need like the hyper local distribution hubs. So that's a huge market. It haven't had, I mean, it's still, so these um, grocery delivery or all those markets are still in tier 1 cities of India. So this is going to expand as Amazon expand from tier 1 to tier 2 cities and tier 3. And now Amazon and Flipkart is delivering everywhere in India. So that happened in, I don't know, a span of 10 years maybe. And the same is going to happen for the grocery delivery as well. So any new industry coming, any new business coming in, it's going to expand from tier 1 to tier 2 to tier 3 cities. So there's a huge demand in India for the supply chain. So now let's talk about integrating AI with the existing supply chain solutions. Uh, One way with which it can be done is middleware and APIs. Uh, so this is a bit more technical. So we'll just uh, describe what these things are. So leverage event-driven architecture. So API calls are being made to the application, and then it gets the data, and based on that data, you make the automation or the sorting or the filtering out. So this is a bit more technical, so I don't want to go technical at this point. And then you can use no code or low code platforms to integrate your workflow, you might say, like from your WMS or your distribution or ERP software, the output which you require, or for a specific dashboard, for a specific report, or maybe a specific function your um, office admin does. So you take a output or an export from your ERP, and then you do your own filtering. And if you need a notification, you can do that. An SMS alert, you can do that. Maybe make a summary on uh, whatever output. So as of now, I can't provide you any examples on what it is, but there is a lot of options to automate these workflows. So these workflows can be automated, and this integration or this workflow needs to be integrated with the existing tool, right? So otherwise, you need to download each time you need to download the or export the in an Excel sheet, and then this data has to be fed to the water, however the workflow is set. I know it's a bit technical for me too, it's a bit overwhelming, but the idea is you need to integrate whatever ERP solution you have with which you run the business. It needs to be integrated um, with the workflow you automated. We'll talk about it, or we'll showcase these things at later point. So to give you an idea, this is done. So for me, I do it through N810. So there's an application called N810. So that's how I do the automation of workflow. So we'll discuss more about N810 and the use cases, and I'll showcase on how we do that small ones. We'll obviously start with the small use cases which we can do, and then we'll go further. I'm also on my journey on learning all these platforms, and it's an ever evolving space. So on a daily basis you get to know new stuff, and that's, in a way, it's really good, but it's also overwhelming. So uh, take your time, and I took my time. I'm still taking my time, so take your time to learn all the basics. um, so whoever is interested in this topic, just letting you know, we are still way ahead of, I don't know, maybe 99% of the people on this space. So anyone who starts now still have a huge opportunity uh, before them. Uh, so yeah, don't be tense with all these technical terms. And let's quickly discuss on some top AI tools to leverage today. So one is Blue Yonder Luminate, and the use case is demand forecasting and replenishment. And why it matters? It has a proven AI machine language suite, integrates with major ERPs, as I discussed. Um, and then we have Logility supply chain planning. So it has an end-to-end AI-driven planning and optimization. Then we have SAP IBP. So it's for integrated business. So it's a unified forecasting, inventory, and sales planning. And then there is UiPath RPA for SC transactions. It automates repetitive tasks across systems. C3 AI. Yeah, we had C3 in the company we have worked as well. So it's an enterprise AI application. Uh, why it matters is it has customizable industry templates. Now, as the last topic, let's discuss on the situation that's happening now. The U.S. Trade war. U.S. has charged tariff for, U.S. has not spared anyone, so it has gone for Canada, Mexico, UK, EU, all the Asian markets, India, China. So it has started affecting the global market. The prices is going up. The supply chain is getting disrupted. The buyers are panicking. The suppliers are panicking. The factory owners are panicking. So they don't know what to do. If so, what happens is, if you have a normal flow on the demand and supply, and suddenly there is an external intervention which drastically changed the landscape. It's going to affect millions of people, not just the end consumer. And affecting the end consumer is another story. It affects millions of people who does this for a living, who does the supply chain or does the manufacturing, who does the logistics for a living. So what happened is when the US raised the tariff to 145%, as of now it's 145% just for China, and when it rises to cumulative, when for some product it cumulates to 45%, that's insane. And from China's perspective, it has to retaliate, and it did like a 125 percentage tariff on US products. um, and it's completely disrupting the market. So China, what it did was it was the what is it, it was the manufacturing hub of the world. China manufactures anything and everything for the best price. um, Maybe it's not the best price, but most efficiently. So it was a reliable partner for all the manufacturing of the world. So what happens is there is a lot of people who is dependent on this um, sector. So there is a lot of manufacturers, there is a lot of factory workers, there is a lot of supply chain, there is a lot of wholesalers, retailers. And once there is a external intervention like what happened by from the Trump or the US tariffs, what happens is the entire industry breaks off, and it has repercussions. So as of now, China is having an issue with the real estate market, which is already a bubble, and this is gonna escalate it. It's like fire on oil. I don't know what you call it, but so that's what is happening. So as of now, the situations are tense. I hope it comes to a good end, because ultimately me, so y- you and me are most affected when there is an issue in the supply chain. Um, so hopefully it doesn't go for long, and hopefully it all comes to an end. But still, at this point, we do have a lot of opportunity for India as well. So as of now, I have seen that China is selling its products by kg, by kilo. So that's like the so they are desperate to get the money out of the product. So their ports are, so we'll come to that point. But yeah, what I'm saying is there is a lot of opportunity for Indian buyers who can import from China at this point, which is cheap, selling at the cheapest scrap rate. And then now you can buy and still export and make the money out of it. But hopefully it doesn't last forever. And so shift in manufacturing, so that's so as I said, these factors have repercussions. So they are starting to shift the manufacturing from China to India and other Southeast Asian countries. So Mattel has relocated. So I've heard that Apple is gonna make all the new iPhones from India and all those things. So big companies, big giants already knew that this is going to happen at some point, and they already started building their manufacturing infrastructure in India. So that's been happening for I think at least 4 years. Post COVID, they all started to rethink about their supply chain, or about China's um, dependence on China. And the last one is supply chain disruption. There has been a mess on supply chain industry. So port congestions, all the ports in China is congested now. So it's full with empty trailers, empty containers. It's full with uh, finished goods, everything. So all the ports in China is at its maximum or its bottleneck, or maybe more than its bottleneck. And the shipping reroutes happening, and inventory hoarding. So they hoard the inventory in the uh, in hoping that the price might go up, and this is making a mess right now. But here another advantage is that if an AI system has been deployed as of now for this, it would have predicted much better on for inventory optimization and the routes at this point, because this data is too big to handle for any small or medium firms. So if the AI was integrated at this point, it would have known that what markets or what is the best course of action which needs to be done to get the product out of your manufacturing hub to the end customer at situations like this. And so, as a closing call to action, so stay tuned as we dive deeper into each of these AI solution in our upcoming episodes, and comment below which AI tool you're most excited to try, and don't forget to subscribe for hands-on demos and consulting insights.